Hello there and welcome to the Fast Forward Show. Today I'm delighted to introduce to our audience David Warren, and David Warren is the founder of Vector2. David is a sales professional who helps business owners, entrepreneurs forge great relationships. David has got a fantastic career in sales and marketing. Has spent the last 30 years working for and selling to some amazing corporates, names such as Experian, AA, Financial Times. You've been an angel investor, and you've even set up your own, well, you're in your own business right now, and you've set up your own business in the past and actually sold it for 1.5 times what you invested in it, which is a major achievement in my eyes. So I think you've got a lot of value you can bring to us today, David. So thank you for coming along. It's great to have you.
Thanks very much, Louisa. Yeah, pleasure to be here. It's been an interesting little journey with a few bumps, and I'm happy to share, some things I've learned along the way. And if it's useful to people, then great.
Fantastic. Well, what I really want to talk to you about in the first instance is when you kind of came away from corporate life and you set up your first business. Can you tell me in a sentence what that business was?
Yeah, sure. So the name of the company was Help Me, and it was a 24-hour global emergency assistance business. So basically, wherever you are in the world, if you have a problem, then you call this company Help Me, and they can help you out with it, any situation that you've got yourself into. So, if you've lost a passport, or you've been mugged and lost all your money, or whatever it is, they can return you back to a situation where you can continue with, your life as you want it to be. So yeah, that was the business.
That's a great idea. I think you mentioned to me before, it's like your target market was women when they've lost their handbags, because all of women's handbags have all of their valuables in, and so it's an absolute nightmare when we lose them. So yeah, that's a fantastic idea. It was the first time you did it. How did you go about getting all those customers? What was your plan of attack to make it a success?
Yeah. So first of all, I think I've realized now that I could survive with, a smartphone and a LinkedIn account. I don't need all the massive corporate structure around me to be able to go and achieve results anymore. And that's part of the kind of stuff that I do now, to be fair. And in terms of, what we did, we had a really good look at our value proposition. We said, what is it we've created? Who is it going to help? Where would you find all those people? And you mentioned handbags earlier. That was our first specific target market. We said this product's about helping people who are in trouble. They don't really know, what they were going to do. And ladies having their handbags stolen was an obvious first key target. And we went, well, where do we find those people? A lot of them have got home shopping accounts with the likes of Grattan's, Freeman's, Littlewoods, all those kind of people. So the obvious thing to do was to go and approach those organizations and do some sort of partnership deal where we could gain access to their customers, and we would be able to cross-sell a product.
Mm-hmm. And you did it, and you got 44,000 customers out of it.
Yeah, which on reflection, it was a pretty good result. And as I said, we turned over quite a lot of money. It was just I guess we're a little naive in terms of getting the numbers a little bit wrong. So it was costing us much to acquire and manage a customer as the revenue we were getting in the first year. So
why and how did you get the numbers wrong?
The business was effectively 100% outsourced. So it was myself and my business partner running it, and everything else was done outsourced. So the acquisition of the customers was done through an outsourced telemarketing agency. We had to pay them to make telephone sales. The fulfillment of the I've got a problem, I'm phoning up because I need some help or assistance wherever I am in the world. That was all done by another third-party call center that had 50 people that could speak every language in the world and were connected to every kind of resource that you can think of to get people back on their feet. When you take all these chunks out of the pie, we just got the numbers wrong. It was just costing more than we thought to acquire and manage people in the first year. So
So for other people that might be in the situation and they're looking to set up their own business, what advice would you give to them about how they work out the numbers, the things to consider?
Yeah, it's a great question. Every business is different, and it depends if you're selling B2C, if you're selling B2B, what you're doing. It's always going to be different. But definitely focus in, very early doors on the numbers. So have a plan for what you think they're going to be. No plan survives first contact with the enemy. I think that's a military term that people get bandied around. So have a plan for what you think it'll be, but as soon as you start making some traction and acquiring customers, really dig into the numbers in terms of, what is it really costing me to acquire these customers? Which are the good ones? Which are the ones that are going to make me money? Which aren't? How much is it costing me to maintain these customers? How many of them are going to renew if it's a subscription product? How many of them am I going to have in 12 months? Can I forecast that? Have a good long look at your numbers early on.
Excellent. That's great advice. Thank you very much, David. That's been absolutely fantastic.